So welcome everybody to the first ever BDC Award Show. This show is we're gonna give out all the trophies and some special recognition to the people who really deserve it. And this is something that we'd normally do behind closed doors at a ceremony, obviously all in one room, which is really nice. But with everything that's going on in the world today, it's just not possible. So we thought we'd do an online show to, like I say, give the people the recognition that they deserve. Sort of moving on from that is a bunch of people who really have helped us out this year, our partners and sponsors who've made it really possible, to put on the year that we have. It's not been the year we wanted, but considering everything, we feel we've done really well and we can't wait to smash next year.
Yeah, I mean, so first of all, a huge thank you to Gala Performance, our long-term partners who've let us come into their studio space today so that we could get this show filmed. Also, all these companies that you see behind us, the belief that they have put into us this year is just what's allowed us to carry on and keep doing it against all the odds. So please make sure that you check them out and you support them, because that's what keeps all of this going.
Once we get into the new year, we'll be straight out and seeing as many drivers as possible, especially the ones who'll be winning awards today. So we're seeing them, giving the trophies in person and having a good old chat with those, and all that content will be on BDC Insider. We'll get some of it out on the free socials as well, but you want all the in-depth stuff, you need to get signed up to Insider. Right, should we get cracking with the trophies?
Award number one. Okay, so it's time for the top three from the Constructors Championship for 2020. We actually finished the season on a tie, so it's technicality for how these go. But in third place, we had Team 2.5 Men, so that's Charlie Hume, Owen Atkinson and David Goldstraw, a new team for this year who've come up and done very well.
Absolutely awesome to hear that Team 2.5 Men came third in the Constructors Championship of BDC 2020. For me, it was a terrible season personally. Car breakages, etc. But Charlie and Dave absolutely carried the team through, did brilliantly through the full season, and a credit to BDC for putting on a great show through what's been a pretty terrible year. Just want to thank obviously the sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't have made a great season. So Kenda Tyre, AB Auto Works, TS12 Motors, Teesside Karting, Drift Nuts, Tyre Streets UK, 86 Aero, Bullet Factory, Rogue Factory, Baller Wheels, Smith & Allen Lubricants. All of you guys, without it wouldn't make our season, and it's absolutely brilliant to win third place.
In second place, we have Team Betty Surf, so that's Josh Payne, Jamie Stanton and Martin Wanacott. Martin had a really challenging season, but they all pulled together, and in the end, they've taken the second place. And then finally, the top spot for this year is going to Team Tarmac Sports. So Luke Barker, Ian Rutherford and Willie Hanna. Obviously, all those guys did absolutely fantastic this year. Really well put together team. Everything they're doing is fantastic, and they're taking home the number one prize.
So, first of all, I'd like to thank Matt and the BDC team for pulling off this season despite all that's happened this year. What they managed to do this season with everything has been absolutely phenomenal, and I don't think anyone else has managed to do anything like they have this season, so props to them. Finishing third in the BDC this year, I was not expecting that at all. Obviously, I wouldn't have been able to do it without the support of obviously my family, obviously all my team and all my sponsors that have helped me out this year. I'd like to really thank them for helping us out. And next year we've got a few big things in the works. Obviously the new build of the GT86. So hopefully next season we might be able to get a few more podiums. Hopefully we might be able to challenge Dwayne for the top step of the championship if he's there. But end of the day, there's a lot of talent out there in the BDC this season, especially like Max Cott and that coming through to pros. So it's going to be a tough year next year, especially learning a new car, but I'm excited for the challenge, and let's roll on 2021 and let's hope it's a better year for everyone.
Now we'd like to give a very special thank you to our partners Link ECU. They are the number one name globally in engine management technology. It's the same thing that we use in our cars, and it's what we'd recommend you use as well.
I don't think anyone can argue this year the Pro 2 Championship has been unreal. The drivers have stepped it up so high. With the introduction of the permit drivers at the beginning of the year, they have upped the game and really put the pressure on the guys that have been in there a long time. So we'll move on to the top three steps. The guys have really shone and ended up at the top of the championship. In third place was the wildcard driver David Goldstraw. Started off without even having a licence. We gave him an opportunity to shine, and he's done that all year long. 2021 for us I think it's gonna be a big year for David.
Don't know where to start. I'm pretty buzzing to get a trophy for third place overall this season. Definitely not what I was expecting at the start of the year with everything that went on and getting wildcarded in and stuff like that. So to finish third place is definitely something I'll remember for a long time. And basically, yeah, thank you to the whole BDC team for keeping the show running as long as possible this year. It's just been, I can't imagine how stressful it's been for everyone. So thank you for putting on as much of a show as you did, and getting us the events that we had. Thank you to all the drivers as well, and everyone else that's at BDC, 'cause it's such a big community and such an epic community, and everyone's so helpful and supportive. So it's definitely helped me out hugely this year and got me to where I am. And thank you all to my sponsors and stuff, my media guys like BZ Media, K98 Media this year for doing that for me, and Tie Streets, Accelera, 86 Aero, and Rogue Motorsport and people like that. So without any of those people, definitely wouldn't have got another trophy. And also Simon for making proper unique trophies. It's nice to have something that's completely custom like that, and to get another one's just absolutely awesome. So thank you very much for everyone, and it's a shame we didn't have a proper party because it would have been pretty leery, I'd imagine. So, but hopefully next year it goes a bit better and we can have another one. So cheers everyone, see you later.
And end up in second place this year is Dylan Kehoe. Dylan's come over from Ireland every round this year with all the family and put on such an amazing show. His driving style is the typical Irish, aggressive, fun and exciting to watch. So again, we're hoping to see him next year again, shining and pushing for that top spot on the podium.
So I was delighted to compete in the BDC this year and finished second overall in Pro 2. I'd like to thank all the BDC staff and marshals and everyone that helped run the events. It was a great year. And also to me, team and pit crew and everyone over there that helped him. We got problems with the touches and struggled away. Everyone was so nice and helpful. Thanks very much.
Taking the top step, winning the championship in Pro 2 is Max Cotton, 15 years old, youngest guy in the championship, absolutely shone and come realistically out of nowhere and really put his name on the map. He's doing exciting things already later this year and early next year. So yeah, big shout out to Max Cotton, done an amazing job, and he gets to take home this freshly powder coated by Custom Magic and made by Simon Perry, amazing looking trophy. Roll on seeing him again next year.
Okay, so I just want to start off by saying I was super happy to get the chance to drive in the British Drift Championship this year. So after round 1 we faced a bit of a difficult decision. Do I go up to Pro? Do I stay in Pro 2? I decided to stay in Pro 2 and try and win that, which I successfully did. And my highlight for this year was definitely battling Dwayne McKeever and his awesome S13. So obviously none of it would have been possible without my sponsors. So we had firstly Jason Clark from Clark Customs, pulling out all the stops with the car. It was absolutely amazing, never failed me once. Then we've got EBC Brakes, Team Hard, Advocate Motorsport, Rushworth Performance, Sicky Manufacturing, also Competition Clutch, Alltold Performance, and Westlake Tyres all the way through the season, Haltech, and yeah, all of those guys, massive shout out to them, and Everything Drift for making my videos super cool for every round. But I literally couldn't have done it without any of them, so big thank you. So there we go, absolutely amazing season. I want to thank Matt Stevenson for giving me the opportunity to drive this year, and also to the whole BDC team, and of course my dad taking me to all the events and really supporting me throughout the year.
Another sponsor mention would be for Lucas Oil. Lucas supply the goods that you need to keep your car running, whether that's on the road or on the racetrack. They've got what you need. Time to talk about the winners of the Pro Championship. Third place, first of all, is Luke Bark. He had an amazing season, got a podium at Driftland and just really stepped his level up as he's moved up to the Pro class for this year, and we're very excited to see what he's going to do next year in 2021. Second place went to Oliver Evans, 2019's champion. Fantastic year again, 2 second place finishes, just missing out to Dwayne every time. We're sure he's going to be back in that championship fight next year.
Right, so we finished the Pro Championship 2020 in second position with the S14 from last year, and I'd just like to thank all my sponsors: VP Racing Fuel, Lucas Oils, Driftworks, DY Engine Services, Metal Finish Masters, Aleco Drift. You know, I've had all these guys supporting me through 2019 and through to 2020. To finish second place behind Dwayne, who was second the year before in the Drift Masters Championship, you know, that's an achievement in itself, and we'd have definitely had him at the last round if they'd have let us run it. So next year, who knows? The new car is pretty much ready, and I'd just like to say thanks to everyone for this season and anybody that's watched it online. And yeah, hopefully next year, 2020, we've got a lot of things planned with the new car, and yeah, we're just looking forward to it now and just hope everything sorts itself out.
And then last of all, Dwayne McKeever, one of DMEC's very best drivers, 2018 champion, undefeated streak this year. Absolute pleasure to have him on board for the championship, and this is what he's taken home with him.
So for this next award, this is one that's, for me, is one of the best awards as a driver. This is one it's a driver's driver award. So all the drivers in the championship have voted for their favourite driver and who they think deserves this extra bit of recognition to take home at the end of the year. So all these drivers want that recognition from their peers around them. And yeah, we asked every single driver, and there was a lot of, there were about 10 drivers who really got a good shout out and got a good amount of votes. But the one that's taking home the trophy that deserves it has done really well and got that extra shout out from the other drivers is Max Cotton. So well done to Max, and we'll get this trophy over to you as soon as possible.
Now we'd like to give a very special thank you to our partners Simpson Europe. Simpson is the go-to name in the motorsport industry for anything safety related. Next up is the Hardest Charger of the Year award. The Hard Charger this year has been sponsored by our partners Lucas Oil. They've been providing each of the winners at every round some prizes, as well as those winners getting the chance for Pro 2s to go and drive with the Pro class. So we've really made a big deal out of this. This award, there's plenty of people who this could have gone to. A few honourable mentions. There's Luke Barker, Ricky Lawrence and Dom Gates, who are just guys who always put it all on the line when it comes to it. But there could only be one winner, and that is going to be Wee Stew. That red E36 wagon, you can see that flying around. The proximity, the aggression, it's there every single time, and he's well deserving of this award. So we'll be taking this up to Scotland for him later on this year.
I want to thank BDC for giving me this award. Really wasn't expecting it. Can't wait to be behind the wheel of a new car next season. I want to thank Danielle and my girls for their support this season, and a massive thanks to my sponsors, Davey at DG Automotive for his help during the season, and a massive thanks to Neil at KD Customs for his being as much a social worker as he was my sponsor and my spotter. Next year is my year.
Another sponsor shout out for today would be for Turbo Zentrum UK. Turbo Zentrum have got product on the shelf in their Manchester based store, so there's no delays. They're exclusive UK suppliers for Nuke Performance, Borg Warner turbos and many other products, so make sure you check out the full range of what they can offer for you.
The next award that we're giving out, in my opinion, is the coolest trophy of the year. It's these are all made by Simon Perry, like we've mentioned, and this one, like I said, looks absolutely awesome. So yeah, it's for the media award of the year. We've got lots of media guys who come and give up their own time to really get them awesome images that get shared around the internet, and get the drivers and the BDC the publicity that we need, and gets everybody who can't make the event the opportunity to see that awesome action. So yeah, a couple of people who deserve a mention. Rob Borowick, he's again been great for us this year and got some awesome shots, but the man who's taken home the trophy and gets this on his mantelpiece at home is Phil Milton. He's really gone above and beyond to help us out. Well done, Phil.
Hello, I'd like to give a huge thank you to the British Drift Championships for giving us this year the Media Contribution Award. Milton Photography North Wales Motorsport Division has only been running a very short time, and to receive this award is a huge honour. Thank you very much to Matt Stevenson, Mac Frost and the administration team, and also the tracks for getting the events going this year. Huge thank you to Matt Bees for his briefings and making sure that we knew where we could go, and kept on pushing us to produce better content, better photos this year. Huge thank you to the drivers, of course, for coming out and pushing not just 100%, but in most cases 110 to 120. You were fantastic. And also a quick shout out to the RDX, who in 2018 made the phone call for me to come and shoot my first British Drift Championships event, and you haven't really been able to get rid of me since, so thank you to them always.
Another sponsor shout out, this time for Yellow Speed Europe. They supply coilovers all the way from your beginner to your professional level cars, also supplying huge big brake kits, air jacks and all sorts of other goodies, so get in touch with them. So the next award is going to be the Up and Coming Driver Award. There's a lot of names that could have gone into the hat for this one. Because of the permit scheme, we've seen so much talent come into the championship this year, but we narrowed it down in the end to just 3 people. one who we'll come to who won, but two honourable mentions. First of all, Tom Van Beek in the little MX-5 had a tough time getting overpowered a little bit in some of the rounds, but just a fantastic driver, and at Driftland really showed, winning the hard charger for himself at that round. The other driver, honourably, Josh Payne, coming in with that E36, very exciting driver to watch when he's out on track, and you know, his points were a big contribution to why Betty Surf took their win as well. But it all comes down to just one man, and that is someone who, before they had even set foot in the BDC, we saw a video of them driving at Teesside for the very first time ever, where they just blew our mind with this huge entry, and that's Max Fleckney in the little 1UZ Corolla. Fantastic car. The fans this year have got behind it. They've got behind him. He's a great driver, and we know he's doing a lot of work next year to get that car up to a very powerful level, and we think he's going to do very well in the championship. So the Up and Coming Driver Award goes to Max Fleckney.
I want to say thank you to the guys at BDC for giving me the Up and Coming Driver Award. Really appreciate it. Big well done to all the guys running a good year this year. And so thanks to Paddy and Rick for keeping me straight all year as well, helping me out. Thank you very much.
And the next mention is going to be for Extreme Tyres. Extreme are a rapidly growing brand within the UK tyre scene. You'll see those products in use all up and down the BDC grid. So if you're wanting to step up your grip levels, make sure you get Extreme Tyres.
So for these trophies, in a perfect world, I would have literally a trophy for every person. This is a staff award, and without all these people who come and help me at the events and, you know, throughout the year, it just would not be possible. And a lot of these people are doing it just totally volunteered off their own back, spending their own money to come and, you know, not support me, the championship, drifting as a whole, drivers, you know, the bigger picture. They all love drifting and want it to, you know, get bigger and better. So I've got to give a big shout out to, you know, the core crew of the BDC, Chris behind the camera, Mac Frost running the place, and Harry as well, who's joined later in the year. These guys just put so much effort in throughout the year that gets so much, you know, unnoticed. You know, we've got to say a massive thank you to them. And then at event weekends, there's so many different roles. So there's people who are there from the setup, grafting through the, you know, through the rain and everything like that, getting it all sorted. There's those behind the camera doing job roles that are amazing. It's just, like I say, I cannot thank you guys enough.
I'm Loza. I work for the British Drift Championship. I've been involved in the championship now in one way or another since pretty much the beginning. I've been a marshal, a driver, and various other things. But most recently, I've been, for the last 2 years, a coordinator. So I actually sit up in the tower with the judges on one side of me and Toby, the track manager, on the other side, and effectively coordinating everything between the judges, the live stream, what's actually happening on track and what's happening behind the scenes to make sure everything's running smoothly, on time, and I put all the scoring in, make sure all the scoring's correct, that everything's being displayed correctly on the live stream as well. So various things over the space of the weekend to make sure that the competitors are getting the most amount of seat time possible, the spectators have got plenty of action to watch, and that everything's basically running as it should and to the timetable it needs to as well. Obviously 2020 was a huge challenge, and the team at BDC did a fantastic job to work around all the guidelines that they had to regards to COVID, and they've ended up pulling a really good season out the bag, considering all the sort of setbacks that they had and the lack of spectators at some events because of all the rules about COVID. So obviously it was a huge challenge to make sure that there was always entertainment and everything, but I think we did a fantastic job considering the circumstances. 2021 is shaping up to be a fantastic year. If we can have good weather and no COVID regulations, that would obviously be ideal. And I really think that the team at BDC are doing a fantastic job to organise a brilliant season for everybody. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next year.
So 2020, it's been an interesting season. Not the season I was expecting. On the back of our first year, I thought we were going to see some big events and some cool things. I was really looking forward to the street events and stuff that we were posting about at the beginning of the year, and then COVID happened, and we still managed to put on overall what I think was a really good season. The team did an amazing job all the way through. I think the events were great that we put on. I really enjoyed Teesside this year, running a completely different track once again, and the Pro 2s at that event, just unreal how far some of them pushed, and the level of driving in Pro 2 this year was unreal. It was really nice at that event to see Luke Woodham come and get a podium as well, something totally out of the blue. I think for me, I'd say Teesside was probably the highlight of the year. I really enjoyed that event in general, but you know, it was great to be still being able to be out there and putting on events. I think it was unusual really, because when you look, some of the other biggest championships in the world weren't there and able to do it. And as ever with British grit and determination, we managed to put on a couple of rounds, and that was really nice for us to conquer that. I'm looking forward to a really stiff 2021 season and see what we can bring to that. So I think overall I'm proud of everything that we've achieved, and I'm really proud of the team. I think I'd like to give a big nod to all the lads that get involved in there, you know, the marshalling crew, the gridding crew, and even the lads that are behind the scenes, that they just turn up and do bits and you'd never even realise. There's some blokes that just turn up and pack up the tower at the end of an event, and it's just a lift for us because it's a long, gruelling event, and at the end of the day we put that on and no one really realises the effort that goes on. So cheers to all the lads that helped out doing that. I really appreciate it.
3 people we've decided deserve that extra shout out. I'll start from this side. So first one is someone who turns up from the start, stays till the end, sets up with us, and during the event marshals out on track, and literally, whether it's rain, shine, anything, cracks on, does what's needed, has put multiple fires out this year, and that is Joe Humphrey. What a guy, and he has stepped up to the game, and we can't wait to have him doing some more with us next year. Next up is a person who has joined the team this year. Again, travels a hell of a long way for the events, and literally anything that's asked of him, he will go out his way and just jump at it and take control of the situation and just do it amazingly. That's big shout out to Stuart Roy. What a guy. Like I say, all his time and effort just dedicated to helping us at the BDC, so big thank you to Stuart. And then the last one is a man who's come on board this year, been involved in drifting a very, very long time. He has took the judging role and really took it with both hands, and he progressed it as much as he can. But not only that, behind the judging scenes, he has been there painting the track with me till stupid o'clock. He has done things out of hours and outside of the event weekends to make sure it's, making sure everything's run as smoothly as it possibly can. So that's Simon Perry. Known Simon a lot of years, and like I said, big thank you to Simon to coming on board and as well doing all these trophies. Like I say, he's put a lot of effort into making these, and he's done a smashing job. So yeah, big thank you to these 3, and we'll can't wait to have you back next year.
Another sponsor mention would be for Funk Motorsport. Funk are the absolute industry leaders when it comes to heat management. If you want to keep your car running at top performance, you need to control the temperature in your engine bay, so get in touch with Funk and see what they can supply you with. This is a little bit of a different award because actually we've been giving out these through the year. Every round, a Pro 2 driver and a Pro driver get picked for having the best social media. That's around the event, during the event, after the event. It's how they showcase it to their fans, friends, sponsors, and how that helps the BDC reach a bigger audience. They've already all been given small prizes for this, but what we've done is we've picked everyone from each of the rounds. So in this list there is Oliver Silcox, who's won twice, Oliver Evans, Mark Brown, Max Cotton. So that's 6 drivers who I've got here. I'm going to put these into this bag, and we're going to randomly select one of them, and that driver is going to win this trophy, but they're also going to win a free entry to come and drive in the 2021 season. So let's see who's got it. The winner is Oliver Silcock. So we'll be getting this trophy down to you, and you've got a free entry to drive in the 2021 season. And now we'd like to give a very special thank you to our partners, Gala Performance. If you want the best looking pit setup you can get, they do branded gazebos, Swiss Tracks modular flooring, and all kinds of other banners and goods, so get in touch with them now.
So the next trophy that we're giving out is the Team Presentation Award. As you can see, the trophy is designed to be a little bit like a gazebo, just like our partners up at Gala Performance. There's a few honourable mentions again that we think deserve a shout out. They've really put the effort in all year, but they've just been pipped at the post. So the 2 would be Slide Motorsport. Again, all the banners, everything that they need to look professional and getting that attention that's needed. The other person is JJ Stevens, full gala performance set up with him, the fancy tent and everything else that goes with it, team wear and that. So again, he's stepping the bar up and making it look really professional. But the one person that we feel that deserves it, and his setup matches the colour of this trophy, is Nathan Chivers at Team GDA. He has got this ridiculous blow-up tent that looks amazing, and yeah, he's really raising the bar. The presentation constantly is on point, his car looks amazing, everything. He deserves this 100%. So yeah, well done Nathan and the team, and yeah, we'll see him back next year.
The next award is for the most improved driver. This is another award where really there are so many names that it could have gone to. So many drivers have stepped it up this year, both in terms of presentation and what they do off the track, the media that they're producing, and of course what really counts, which is what happens in battles, what happens in qualifying. A few honourable mentions to go through. First of all, we had Nerigis. Nerigis moved up to Pro this year after taking the second place in Battle Royale last year. Just absolutely fantastic to see him on point, gelling with that car. The new look of it, amazing again. Then the next one is Danny Maguire. Danny's come back this season, last minute change a car over to this GTR engined S15, just instantly became a fan favourite at his hometown venue at Three Sisters. He got on that podium, got to drive with the pros, done so well this year. But again, they were just beat at the post for it, and the winner is Ollie Silcox. Ollie has this year just really stepped it up. His car has quickly become a fan favourite. The aggression, the style, the big entries, that's what everyone loves to see, and yeah, he's a clear winner for the most improved driver, so well done.
Hello everyone. So, this is what happens when your mechanic tells you not to suck each time that you go out. It's worked out quite well. But thanks very much everyone for doing this, and it's been humbling. And thanks again to our partners that helped us out throughout the year, like Valino and Motol. It's all come around to a good result, so hopefully more will come in 2021. Cheers.
Now we'd like to give a very special thank you to our partners Slide Motorsport. Slide are a garage based in Yorkshire. They can do anything on a car, all the way from an MOT up to a competition spec car build, so make sure you get in touch with them for whatever you're needing.
That brings us to the end of our first ever online BDC Award Show. All those drivers, they deserve that extra shout out and those trophies, and we can't wait to catch up and get all the behind the scenes gossip of what's happening in the off season and talk about what's to come.
Yeah, make sure that you're tuned in to BDC Insider every single Wednesday, where we're going to be releasing a brand new piece of content, whether that's catching up with the winners from these awards or some of the other really cool projects that we're going to share with you in the future.
Yeah, so I'll say it one last time, thank you again to everybody, drivers, fans, spectators, just everybody who's been involved with the championship this year and supported and pushed us. It really, really means a lot. And like I said, we've got mega things planned for next year, and we can't wait to release it all. So keep your eyes on all our social channels, the website, and like Max says, on the Insider platform, where you'll see everything that's going on behind the scenes and everything that's to come. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll speak to you soon.